Oof. Are we back? I think we are back. Hold on. There we go. I think we are back, and there's two people on an outlap. We're in Monza today. Still in Italy. Why can I not hear anything? I need to change my volume of the game. Make the game a bit louder. Maybe a little bit more. And then I can guide you through qualifying. Here in Monza, which is only like an hour drive from Imola. Actually, I need to check that now. That's about a 3-hour drive from Imola to Monza. Closer to the Alps. First driver on a lap is Laurens, who has been having some good results. Last week, not as good, but we're hoping to see an upgoing line. Jesus, that's light. The sun is low. Not sure if it's evening or morning. I did not set the settings. I forgot. As you know, I'm a great host. I get the standings from... There we go. And he comes across the line. It's a 1:18.9. The time to beat. And after a short intermission, I'll be right back. We are back and I see 5 drivers have set a lap time. Now we are on board with Zach, who's just gone invalid. So far it's a 1-2 for the Mercedes drivers. Almost driving the same time. Either Lawrence has picked up the pace and is on the same pace as his teammate. Or yeah. Let's go on board with the other driver on a lap. Let's see, there's 2 drivers on a lap. Milo is on an improvement. 2/10 improvement. Going into the final corner. As he comes across the line, he's going into the pits. Now let's go to Tenta, who comes across the line and puts it in P5. Just in front of Dan's. And about a second away from Milo's time. So far we've got 6 timed laps. Still a lot of drivers who haven't set a lap time. One of them, I think that's G-Bot on a lap right behind. Right behind G-Bot is Galaxy, Grumpy Recon. G-Bot lets him go. That's a 26.0 in the first sector for Galaxy. Going through the 2 Lesmo corners. Nailing the DRS on the back straight here. Going under the old banking. 52 seconds. Going into the Ascari chicane. Now on the straight towards Parabolica. It's a very, very long straight here. There might be some overtaking opportunities into this corner. Right before the line here, staying on the inside is a Galaxy. And across the line it's P4 for him. 2/10 in front of Milo, 1/10 behind Euphoria. It's looking to be close in this qualifying session. Galaxy has also come across the line, but not set a valid lap time yet. Nuck should also be on a lap, going into Lesmo 2. At this point, let's see what his time is going into the 3rd sector here. Timer right behind. It's 52 seconds. That should be right on par with Galaxy. I forgot what Galaxy's time was. Great commentator, I know. I'm brilliant. Going into the final corner. Nuck has had a good track record for the past few races. It puts it in P3, 119.5. I think Lauren's lap time was actually pretty good then. If I'm looking at all the drivers who've just set a lap time, Lauren's almost a second faster than Euphoria right now. Still keeping the 1-2 for Mercedes, but we've got the 2 big guns waiting to set a lap time. Wessel's out right now. Zach hasn't set a lap time yet. He's on a lap right now, getting a nice little slipstream. I think that's G-Bot he's getting a slipstream from. Going a little bit in the grass there on the right. Might cost him some time, but not too much. Going into the 2nd chicane. Now there's a little bit wide. That will cost him a lot of time. .52 seconds is what Nuck had on the board. Zach is about a second slower. It would be 120.5 maybe. Trying to get a little bit of the slipstream here is Zach. 120.5 would put him in between the two Ferraris. Going through the last corner using all the battery that he has left. Calculated that nicely. Goes in front of Spidey, in front of the two Ferraris. And now we are only waiting for the last two drivers to set a lap time. Wessel's on a lap right now. Let's see what he can do. That was a very nice chicane, going a little bit on the grass, not losing any time. Now through the Lesmo corners, using enough runoff on the left hand side. Steering in nicely again, using all of the runoff there. Tight to the inside of the corner. Going into the final sector, 51.8, that's faster than Nuck, but not that much faster. He's gonna need a really good time here to beat the two Mercedes. At least a 118.9. And he goes into the pits. Doesn't think the lap is good enough. Wessel will have to wait to give it one more try, I think. There's not enough time for two more. Everyone's in the pit now. Euphoria has retired. Heard that he want to start from the back of the grid. Not sure as to why. Lars and Lowens. As of yet, still at the front of the grid. Lowens getting a very nice slipstream from his teammate. Over the curbs. Going into sector 2 here. Two very important corners. Often quite tricky, especially with track limits. This is a very nice slipstream he's getting here. Is his teammate gonna go out of the way in time? Yes, he is. Now going into the Ascari chicane. Very tricky, especially on the tires. Making sure the rear does not escape from under you. And all four tires attached to the track. Going into the final corner. This is going to be an improvement for Lowens here. Just a little bit of an improvement. It's so close though. And keep in mind that just a little bit of an improvement would have secured pole for him. That would have been a unique experience. Now he's got his teammate Lars right behind him. Wessel and Fight Me are staying in the pits. They will not be on pole position today. Fight Me is retired. Across the line comes Lars. It's an improvement by about 4/10. Setting the challenge for anyone else on the grid. Lawrence is done. Nuck seems to be done. Galaxy seems to be done. That's an invalid lap time. Millows across the line. That's the entire top 6 set. Zach still on a lap. Is that G-Bot also on a lap? No, G-Bot's invalid. Zach will be the first across the line then. He's about 6/10 up. Could aim for the top 4 even. If this last corner sequence is done right. Goes on throttle early. And it's P5 for Zach. Now quickly switching to Spidey, who's got his teammate in front giving him slipstream. He's not got much battery left. Does jump up into P6. And that's your grid set for today. No one else is on the lap. Lars is on pole. Laurens finishes up the front row. Wonderful qualifying from the 2 Mercedes. The reigning Constructors Champions back on top. Amazing qualifying result for them. We've got Euphoria in 3rd and Nuck in 4th. Nuck is always up there. Has only got 1 podium. Is that correct? Am I talking nonsense? I'm not talking nonsense. He's got 1 podium back in Spain. That's a P3. Might be up for grabs here. If things go wrong, which it occasionally does here in Monza. Especially in this league. Zach in 5th can help his teammate out. And try to get Red Bull up in the standings. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid during the formation lap. Maybe even before that. Very interesting qualifying session. Then we've got a front row Mercedes lineup. We've got the Red Bulls in 3rd and 5th. Nuck splitting them in the Haas in 4th. Then we've got Spidey in 6th in the Ferrari. Behind him is the other Puerto Rican driver in 7th. We've got Milo and G-Bot starting 8th and 9th. And 10th, I believe, was Tenta, I think. We'll see. We'll see during the formation lap. I can guide you through the tire strategies, I think. At least the tire choices. I am once again betting that 5 is on the hard tires. Or the soft, maybe? Nah, he's going to be on the hards. For sure he's going to be on the hard tires. We are prepared for chaos today. 14 drivers on the grid. Very narrow turn 1. Long way to turn 1. Heavy braking zone into turn 1. Recipe for chaos complete. We've seen it before in AV. Last season? Did we see it last season? I'm not so sure. My memory's not that great in terms of what happened in which race. We go for the formation lap. Let's have a looky look. On the tires, it's mediums and hards. 5 on the mediums. I was wrong. It's very, very sunny out there today. 2 Mercedes out in front, followed by the white Red Bull of Euphoria. Followed by the white Haas of Nuck. And the Red Bull of Zach. Spidey behind. 2 Aston Martins. lining up inside the top 10. Will there be double points for them today? Will there be double points for Ferrari today even? They're both starting in the top 10, but we've got Wessel and 5Me coming from behind. Literally. Dans starting just outside the point, but as we know, he started this season quite strongly with a pretty good points streak. Last 2 races have not gone too well for him. Is he gonna get back to scoring points? He lost 4 races. He has only scored points once. It's been a long time since we've seen Tenta in the points as well. Only 3 drivers will not be in the points today. If they all finish, that is. Both Mercedes on mediums, they're not splitting their strategy. The Red Bulls are, with Euphoria on hards. Nuck is the lonesome Haas today on the medium tires, trying to stay with the lead pair. Sauber's splitting their strategy. Galaxy going for the hard tires. Same for the Aston Martins, also splitting their strategy. Same for the Ferraris, also splitting their strategy. All very prepared for what might happen in this race. Are they prepared enough though? The leaders are now lining up for the grid. Everyone behind them is all very close together. We should be starting very soon. Everyone's right there. So everyone will be lining up on the grid at relatively the same time. Oh, little prayer before the race. I hope everyone comes through turn 1 unscathed. I think. Lawrence is very, very much pointed inwards, ready to defend. Focus now on the lights. They're going on one by one. And they're out right now, and I think Lars has a decent start. I think Euphoria also has a good start. That's a bad start from Laurens. Laurens is dropping back. I think Nuck is also on the inside of Laurens right now. And 5Me and Wessel are making their way up. There's a collision between Lars and Euphoria, but they're both still alive. Spidey, not so much. In the back, we've seen Euphoria and Nuck gaining places. Laurens dropping back. 5Me and Wessel are in 7th and 8th. Now they're battling, and oh, it's so close together. There's some contact there. I think that was between Wessel and Spidey. 5Me is following Wessel to the front. They're now behind Zach, while Euphoria is trying to stay with Lars. Maybe opening an attack. Spidey making an overtake. Wessel and 5Me both making an overtake on Zach in the background. I think that's G-Bot also looking for a gap there. And oh, Nuck has left the session. What's happened there? Nuck is AI. I'm going to invite him quickly. That is probably internet issues. He's gonna lose positions because of that. Euphoria's taken the lead. Euphoria has taken the lead from Lars. And Laurens is back into P3 because of Nuck's internet dying on us. We will see Wessel and 5Me overtake Nuck very soon. There we go. Position changes after 1.5 laps. 5Me and Wessel already up 8 places. They naturally are moving quickly towards the front. Milo must have also gained places then. Well, theoretically he started 8th, he's still 8th, but must have gained some places probably on Galaxy and Spidey then. Is knocked back? Not yet. What's happening? We'll now have Wessel opening the attack on Laurens. On the inside, Laurens breaking later. Still side by side though. Laurens losing the rear and he's got the position. Laurens now in the middle. And he's got Fight Me on the outside. Two positions lost in 2 corners for Laurens. Euphoria is able to drive away at least a little bit. Believe me if I say that Wessel and Fight Me will be fighting for the win today. They'll be clearing Lars and Euphoria within a few minutes, few laps. And then they'll disappear into the distance and the rest will have to fight for that one podium spot. Not losing positions and he's back. He is back. He's dropped back to P9 behind Spidey. These two have a history a little bit. Spidey, whoa, what's it? Whoa, Spidey going way too late on the brakes, losing the rear. And losing a position as well. He's kept it on track though. And Nuck is now going side by side with Milo. He's passed. Passed Milo before turn 1. Now chasing Zach. There's a little bit of a gap between the first 5 drivers and the 5 drivers behind. Oh, 6 till 10. Actually 6 till 11 that is. 6 drivers in that middle pack. Laurens able to stay with them for now. Wessel has overtaken Lars, is now trying to get into the lead and get as much of a lead on Fight Me as possible. Oh, he's right behind Euphoria. Are we gonna see any DRS games? As you can see that the DRS detection zone is right behind Parabolica. Euphoria chooses to stay ahead. So, with this gap, I think we're going to see an overtake soon. From Wessel here. And we also see an overtake from Fight Me, who is now going side by side with Lars. Lars braking that little bit later. Oh, he's going side by side. There's contact with Lars and Fight Me. And now Fight Me has the position. Lars has to yield. There's the yellow flag. Is that G-Bot has fallen behind. Something must have happened in the middle pack. Nuck has been able to overtake Zach. And Milo's dropping back now. After the second chicane. Must have been some incidents there that I missed. Between that middle pack. Going back to the front. Wessel unable to get rid of Euphoria. There you can see Fight Me right behind. Wessel now a better run on Euphoria. They almost tap wheels. Tenta has retired. Is that a crash? I think that's a crash in the exit of the Ascari chicane. That's a sad sight to see. One of the Ferraris out in Monza. It is a tragedy indeed. I hope next week will be better for them. One of the Ferraris still going though. Wessel has taken the lead in front. Let's see if Euphoria is able to stay with him. Or if Wessel is able to drive away. Euphoria's got DRS here. He might be able to gain a little bit more time. Oh, and there's another spin. I think that is Dance. Milo has pitted, I think. Knox got a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Penalties are gonna play a huge part as always. Euphoria might be able to open another attack for the lead of the race. And he's very close to the back of Wessel going on the inside, and he will have the move done before they even reach the first corner. Tenta, what happened? Can you tell us? You can say it in the Discord, or I think Discord is best. Yeah, the Ascari chicane, the exit is very, very treacherous. You one snap of the rear, you get a tank slapper, and you're in the barrier. Very unfortunate to see one of the Mercedes out so soon in this race. Euphoria has retaken the lead. Wessel still able to stay with them. I think the top 3 is loose. And is that Lowens? As Lowens pit? I think Lowens has pit. Lowens has indeed pit. It's an early pit stop for him. Was there damage? I don't think so. I don't think so. This is the other Mercedes in lap 8. They might be better off in clean air. Let's see if he'll come out in front of Lowens. I think so, yeah. Did Lowens have to change his front wing? Because he's very far behind. Compared to his teammate, they weren't that far behind each other early on. Let's go to the midfield, where we have Spidey and Zach going side by side through Curva Grande. Curva Grande. This time, Zach comes out in front. Nuck has been able to make a little bit of a gap. Spidey weaving all over the place. Going back to the front then. That's a nice shot on Feime's green kick Sauber. Trying to chase down Wessel. I think Wessel's more under threat than on the attack right now. You can see the gaps. I think Euphoria is deploying. Trying to defend, hoping that the 2 drivers behind were gonna battle. That was very close. Feime braking late. Almost hitting the back of Wessel. Let's take a look here. That is Zach in the pit. He's gonna come up behind Lars. What about Milo? Going out of the pits. There is Zach. Milo comes out ahead of Zach. But he's on older tires. He's on hard tires. Zach is on medium tires. We've got a little bit of a battle here. Ooh, that's a bit of a swerve from Nuck. We've got Galaxy going into P5, overtaking Spidey. Spidey now under threat from G-Bot behind. We missed an overtake for P2 here. Fight Me able to overtake Wessel. Wessel diving into the pits. First of the front runners into the pits, and Galaxy being overtaken again by Spidey. Spidey and Galaxy both going into the pits. G-Bot going longer, he's on hard tires. A lot of people in the pits now. Knock coming out just ahead of Spidey. Spidey going out just ahead of Galaxy in the order they entered. Wessel opting for the undercut. Let's see if it's gonna work. Only 4 drivers still having to pit, I think. Fight Me is the only one still on mediums. There's a very close battle going on here between the Sauber and the Ferrari. Galaxy going a little bit wide. They're losing a lot of time, you can see. He's losing ground. Let's go back to the front. That's Fight Me in pit. Where is he gonna come out compared to this man? Wessel, who is dropped back behind Lars. The undercut being very powerful here. But Wessel's gonna get DRS. There is a yellow flag. That's a Sauber in the wall. The same place where Tenta found his demise. I think Galaxy's able to drive on. Fight Me comes out 3 seconds behind Wessel. Zach overtaking Milo into turn 1. Got only 3 drivers out on track who haven't pit yet, and those are hard drivers. Don's currently in P6, he still has to pit though. And that would add up, that would put him back into P11 I think. Yeah, for sure. He's now in front of Zach and Miller, who are going side by side. Zach's got a bit more speed though. Is Zach gonna try a move on the inside? He's not. It's a very interesting camera angle. And we're getting here 2 drivers on newer tires, still going side by side here. Milo now trying to make a move on the outside of Zach. Zach chooses the inside, stays ahead for now. Milo trying sort of a switchback. I don't know how Nuck got behind. Wait, oh, Nuck pitted later, that's why. Undercut being very strong here. Zach diving down the inside of Dance. Milo not able to join him. And that might be... Not going on the outside of Milo then. I almost missed that. I was looking the other way. And that's a little look up from Dance ahead. Nuck jumping up into P7. Oh, and that's danced around in the second last mode, the exit. And he's in the wall, trying to get the car back on track. There we go, he is back on track. I think he's got front wing damage though. There's no safety car. Euphoria still out on his hard tires. He's gonna have more speed in the second stint, I think. Might go for one stop, actually. I'm not sure how long if the hards can go much longer. How long the mediums are gonna last. Galaxy already pit twice though. Interesting. Ah, yeah, he had damage, of course. Yeah. Makes sense. Here goes Euphoria into the pits. About halfway into this race. Don't think mediums can go that long. It's gonna be a two-stop for everyone. And we've got a battle for the lead here then. Five Me has made his way past Lars. And is now right behind Wessel. Nothing separating them anymore. No Euphoria, no Lars. No back markers. Nothing. Not even a bit of air because they're now side by side into Curva Grande. And I think Faime's got enough speed though. He's still side by side. Faime on the inside and makes his way past into the lead of the race. But can Faime drive away and steal some points, trying to get closer to Wessel in the Drivers' Championship? Because Wessel's lead is substantial. Panda is also in there, but he will not get any points from today. Wessel's lead over Faime. It's about 38 points, so Faime will have to fight back, get some points to his name, get some races in. Scoring podium after podium. Needing to hope that Wessel is gonna drop some points in some of the future races. There's a 22 point gap between Panda and Wessel. Wessel in first, Panda in second. Faime in third. Of the Drivers' Championship as it stands. A little bit of a kerfuffle going on into turn one. It's very busy over there. As Spidey overtakes G-Bot. And Milo is trying to open the attack on Zach. There's no diving into this chicane. It's very tight. And there's no side-by-side there. Milo knows it. I mean, you can try. There's probably some chance, but it's a very dangerous place to go side-by-side with. Just asking for contact and collisions. Lars couldn't keep up with the speed of Wessel and Faime. Let's go there. Going on the main straight right now. I don't think Wessel's close enough. No, he's not. Going back to Milo and Zach then. Going into Parabolica. Spidey's right behind. He's now in a very tight Aston Martin sandwich. DRS opens on all the cars. And Spidey going around the outside of Milo. G-Bot staying behind his teammate. Very close battling we've seen in the midfield so far. Battling for these last few points. Two Aston Martins chasing down the Ferrari. The Ferrari chasing down the Red Bull. Knock in the Haas, you can still see him in the distance. Is this a swap that's gonna happen here? G-Bot being led by Milo. I wonder what happened with Lowens. I was not able to catch it. But he must have gotten damaged somewhere, or lost, or had a spin, or must have lost some time somewhere that I missed. And that is two drivers in the pits. It's Lars and Zach. Lars coming out of the pits now, actually. Behind Milo in some clean air. Also in the pits is Lowens. Started on the front row. Had a pretty bad start. Lost 2 positions initially on the get-go. Now driving out of the points. Though Don still has to pit. Hasn't pit yet. 17 laps. Actually impressive. He's gonna go for the one stop for sure. Galaxy now also in the pits. We've got Fight Me driving away from Wessel. Gap now 2 seconds. Gbot's also got penalty. Let's take a look at the penalties actually. Milo's got a 10-second penalty probably for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's gonna cost him. That's gonna cost him positions. And there's another spin. That's Don's again. Same corner as last time. He's got the car moving again quickly though. And what's happened here? Oh, never mind. It's Milo in the pits. Gonna serve his 10-second penalty, I think. There we go. 10 seconds is gonna be a very long time. Very long time. It's a really long time. Lowens goes ahead. I think even Don's going into the pits. His first pit stop of the day. He's the last driver who hasn't pit yet. I think he's opting for the one stop. He's gonna have to do about 9 laps. Probably less, because I think he got lapped. Nope, he got lapped right now. Now he got lapped by Fight Me and Wessel. There he is. There's Wessel coming across your screen. Let's take a look at the stops then. I think everyone except Dance is going on a 2-stop strategy. Unless I missed something, unless the hearts can go longer than I think they could. I think that's Galaxy on AI mode right now. Or is he being lapped? No, he's being lapped actually. Galaxy is being lapped. And we've got Lars right behind Spidey. Spidey hasn't bit yet. Oh, that's Gbot, I think. Almost bidding it on the exit of turn 2. Ooh, bit of contact between Lars and Spidey. Don't know why though. Was Spidey trying to get the position back? Bit of a weird thing to do considering Lars is on a completely different strategy than Spidey, but I'm not sure what happened there. Need to watch that back. Spidey now lapping Galaxy. Gbot right behind Spidey. Then there's a 20-second gap to Zach. Spidey and Gbot still have to pit though. There we go. Wessel trying the undercut once more on Fight Me. Is Fight Me trying to go through the end? On those hard tires. Euphoria also on hard tires. Let's see how old they are. Oh, Euphoria might actually do a one-stop here. He might actually do a one-stop here. I think he's going to make it though. Yeah. It's gonna be long, but he might make it. I really hope Euphoria is gonna try it, because
that could make this race so much more interesting. That could make this a three-way battle for the lead. We might have a surprise win here. Does the reigning AV champion have it in him to win a race this season? The competition at the front has been so much more competitive than last season, that's for sure. With Westwell and Fight Me and Panda and Mark driving here. Got a lot more fast drivers. Fight Me has answered to Westwell's undercut. Where is he gonna come out compared to Wessel? There in the distance we see Fight Me. He's gonna come out in front. Zach's got a 3-second penalty as well. I don't think that's gonna cut it. Euphoria has pit for medium tires. I think I overestimated the hearts. I mean, Don's drove like 15, 16, 17 laps with the hard tires, so apparently Euphoria does not agree that the hards are able to go that long. Let's take a look. The amount of stops. G-Bot's pit. Spidey thinks he can go a bit longer. Not currently in the podium spots though. Let's see. Hold it 11 laps, same as Spidey. Yeah, Spidey and Nuck, the only two drivers who I think still need to pit. I don't think a podium today is in the cards for Nuck. We've got Lars now in DRS range behind Nuck. A little bit of a lock up from Nuck, left side. Yeah, Lars got a lot more overspeed. Fresher tires. Nuck defending the middle. Lars stays behind though. A little bit of a lock-up from Lars this time. Let's see what's going on here. We've got a three-way battle for P7. All three of them have penalties. Let's take a look how many. Disadvantage for G-Bot. Position-wise and penalty-wise. Laurens looking for a way by. Mercedes versus Red Bull. I really think Laurens can, this season, get a surprise podium. I believe. I believe. Not today, though. Laurens now trying a move on the inside, going into the chicane. Oh, there's contact, and that's given G-Bot a way by. Going side by side with Laurens. Now Zach defending the inside all the way. Laurens is boxed in. There's nowhere he can go. And he's got to give that position then to G-Bot. G-Bot's now gone past Zach as well. They're still going side by side. How's the ERS on Laurens' side looking pretty bad. ERS on Zach's side looking pretty good. Zach keeps position. Ooh, Laurens almost loses the rear on braking. What's happened to Lars? Not sure what happened to Lars there. He tried an overtake on Nuck maybe. Or did he battle with Euphoria? Anyway, big battle for P3 in this race. I think Nuck and Spidey are going to try and make it till the end. Tires very old. on board with Euphoria now. Actually, I want to go on board with G-Bolt. He's got a lot of overspeed on Zach. Now he's going to try the same move that Lowens did. They're still going side by side this time. G-Bolt comes out ahead. Zach loses a bit of ground. Now Lowens has a run. His ERS is very low though. Doesn't have much of a chance there. Euphoria thus far unable to make a move on Nuck. Nuck's got a lot of ERS to defend with. Euphoria's got a lot of ERS to attack with. Going back to this battle here now. Zach lost the position to G-Bolt earlier on. Now going side by side. G-Bolt breaks late. Very late. And Zach can't do the switch back because G-Bolt's on the apex. There's a little bit of contact, but should be fine. Now Zach using the ERS to go around the outside of G-Bolt. I think they're still going side by side though. No, Zach's made the move. He's got the position back. Going back to the front now. Nuck desperately trying to fight for his podium. We've got Euphoria and Lars wanting to take the scraps home. Smelling blood. Nuck's tires are old. Nuck's ERS is full though. Euphoria's ERS is fuller. But Nuck's got an amazing run. Is Euphoria going to be close enough? I think he's going to send it down the inside now. Oh, he doesn't make it. There's contact behind. And Lars goes into P4. Might be a bit of a push to pass there. And if I'm not mistaken, there might be a penalty there even. Lars now's got a huge amount of overspeed on Nuck. But he's not sending it. Not sure what happened there if Lars got caught off by Euphoria braking early. Euphoria seemed to have a lot of overspeed on Nuck though. Let's go back over here. Zach still holding on to that P7. G-Bolt and Lauren still there to try and take it away from him. Oh, we've got Euphoria. Has now passed Nuck. He's able to brake later. Nuck trying to use all his ERS. Euphoria's got a lot of ERS as well. Nuck will have the DRS. Lars has a lot of more overspeed. And oh, it's gonna be 3 wide. Is it gonna be 3 wide? Nuck goes ahead. Oh, there's contact. Lars goes into the back of Nuck. Nuck will get a penalty from that, pretty likely. At least a warning. And I think that's Lars taking away Nuck's podium there, stealing it. Now Lars is gonna get... I would assume multiple penalties, but we'll have a look at that with the stewards. Crucially, Euphoria is now ahead of Nuck. Nuck still got 3 seconds though, and Lars also got 3 seconds. Euphoria's got nothing. There's an overtake. Lowens going round the outside of G-Bot. Going into P8. We're on the penultimate lap. Going into the final lap right now is Fight Me, who is getting away with it quickly. I think he's got the fastest lap, right? Has he got it? Yeah, by a huge margin. Euphoria has made a move on Zach, on Lars, into the first corner on the final lap, and Nuck is into the pits. What's happened there? Why is he pitting? I think he's given up on. Oh, why did you pit? Just stay behind Lars. Lars gonna get penalties probably for those 2 incidents. You might get a P4. This tire blow. Yeah, now you're gonna lose more positions, Knock. Oh, going deep. Very deep. But staying ahead. Oh, there's a collision between G-Bot and Zach into turn 2. I think Zach was trying the switchback. G-Bot was trying to put it next to Zach, and that helped Laurens into P7. Faimi comes home to win the race. Wessel finishes 7 seconds behind in P2. A little bit of a battle here for P3. It was very tense. There were some collisions between Larsen Euphoria and Larsen Nuck. We will look at that as stewards. Euphoria comes across the line in P3 and finishes on the podium. Lars finishes 4th. Spidey in the Ferrari on Monza comes home in 5th. That's 10 points for Ferrari. Nuck, after pitting on the last lap, gets only P6. Oh, and Lauwen spins on the final corner. Is he gonna lose positions then to Zach? Oh, he's not got grip. Oh, that is tire blow. I think the tire, that's the tire gone. No, actually. Actually, no, his tire's fine, right? I think it's just the grip then. On the final corner, Zach finishes ahead of Lauwens. Lauwens losing crucial points for Mercedes. G-Bot finishes 9th. Milo finishes 10th. And that's all the points finishers of today. Dance and Galaxy unable to finish in the points. We lost Tenta very early on in the race. And Faimi takes home almost all the points today. 26 points for him for fastest lap and the win. Opening up the title fight. Closing the gap to Wessel. Wessel finishing 2nd, that's 18 points for him. I think that's maximizing points. 7-second gap to the lead of the race for him. I think that's pretty dominant from Faimi. There was a bit of a battle, but Faimi got the win in the end. Wessel and Euphoria on the podium. Lars started 1st, finishes 4th. Involved in some incidents. And that concludes the Italian Grand Prix. Whew, that was quite intense actually, till the end. 2 battles going on, having to switch between them constantly. I hope I didn't miss too much, I probably missed a lot. I hope we won't miss next week, as we will be going to the Middle East. Saudi Arabia is next on the calendar. Next week we will be there. And after Saudi, we'll be going to Bahrain, and after that to Qatar. That's your triple header in the Middle East. We'll be there next week. See you then.